Look how cute this little kiwi turtle turned out. The shell looks just like a slice of kiwi, and it's honestly so relaxing to make. It's beginner friendly, so just take your time with it. And if you'd like something easier to follow later, the written pattern is in my Etsy shop. Today I'm using a DK weight number 3 light worsted with a 3.0mm hook. It's actually much easier than it looks, and really relaxing to crochet. Let's start with the base of our little turtle here. This is the belly section. We're starting with a magic ring here. Make 6 single crochets into the ring. Hold your yarn gently here, and bring it over your finger. Wrap it once around, and hold the crossing point steady. Go ahead and insert your hook into the ring. Pull the yarn through, yarn over here, and pull back through. Tighten the ring and chain 1 to start. This chain does not count as a stitch. Go back into the ring. Pull up a loop nice and steady. Yarn over again, and pull through both loops. That completes your first single crochet. We'll be using yarn under single crochet here. Place a stitch marker in the first stitch, and keep going with the same motion. Continue until you have 6 stitches, then gently pull the ring closed. Once it's tight, we'll move on. Remove the stitch marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Go into that first stitch. Pull the yarn through gently. Catch the loop on your hook, and pull it through. That completes your slip stitch. And that finishes round 1. For round 2, we'll increase in every stitch. That means 2 single crochets in each stitch. You'll end with 12 stitches. Chain 1 to begin. Go into the first stitch. Place your marker in that first stitch. Stay in the same stitch, and make another single crochet. Repeat this all the way around. Same rhythm here. Nice and steady. Once you finish the round, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 2. You can trim the yarn tail slightly. Now we'll move into round 3. This is where it starts to change. 1 single crochet, then 1 increase. Repeat 6 times. You'll have 18 stitches. Chain 1 to begin. Place your marker. Start with 1 single crochet, then an increase in the next stitch. Repeat this pattern. Same rhythm here. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that's round 3 done. For round 4, we build a bit more shape. 1 single crochet, then 1 increase, then 1 single crochet. Repeat 6 times for 24 stitches. Chain 1 and place your marker. Start your first single crochet. Then an increase. Then 1 single crochet. Repeat this all the way around. Remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. That completes round 4. Now into round 5. This repeats evenly. 3 single crochets and 1 increase. Repeat 6 times. You'll have 30 stitches. Chain 1 and place your marker. Make 3 single crochets, then 1 increase. Repeat around. Once finished, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that's round 5 done. Now, round 6, we'll build a bit more width here. 2 single crochets, then 1 increase, then 2 single crochets. Repeat 6 times. You'll end with 36 stitches. Chain 1 and place your marker. And begin here. Make 2 single crochets, then 1 increase, then 2 single crochets. Repeat this pattern around. Once all 6 sets are done, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 6. Now let's start round 7. For this round, make 5 single crochets, then 1 increase. Repeated 6 times, you'll have 42 stitches. Chain 1 to begin. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 5 single crochets, then make 1 increase. Repeat that pattern 6 times. When the round is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 7. Now for round 8, make 3 single crochets, 1 increase, then 3 single crochets. You'll have 48 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 8. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 3 single crochets, then make 1 increase. Then make 3 more single crochets. Repeat this full set 6 times. Once it's done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round. And that completes round 8. Now, for round 9, make 7 single crochets, then 1 increase. Repeat 6 times for 54 stitches. Chain 1 to begin. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 7 single crochets. Then make 1 increase. Repeat this set 6 times. Just keep going around. Same rhythm here. When the round is done, remove the marker, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 9. For round 10, make 54 single crochets. Chain 1 to begin round 10. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 54 single crochets around. When round 10 is done, remove the marker, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 10. At this point, the turtle belly section is finished. Make 1 chain to secure it. Leave just a short yarn tail. Cut the yarn and gently pull it tight. And the little turtle belly is all done. Now let's start the turtle head. We'll use a magic ring again. Make 6 single crochets into the ring. Place your marker in the first stitch. After 6 stitches, pull the ring closed. Remove the stitch marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 1 of the head. For round 2, increase in every stitch. You'll have 12 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 2. When you're ready, place your marker in the first stitch. Make your single crochet increase. Repeat the increases 6 times. When the round is done, remove the marker, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 2 of the head. Let's move into round 3. Make 1 single crochet, then 1 increase. Repeat 6 times for 18 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 3. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 1 single crochet. Then increase in the next stitch. Repeat this set 6 times. When the round is done, remove the marker, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Next, rounds 4 and 5 are the same. 18 single crochets around. For round 4, chain 1 to begin. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 18 single crochets around. When round 4 is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 4. Round 5 is worked the same way. When finished, slip stitch into the first stitch, and round 5 of the head is done. Now let's make round 6. For round 6, make 4 single crochets, then 1 decrease, repeated 3 times. You'll have 15 stitches. Chain 1 to begin. Place your marker in the first stitch. Now let's learn the decrease. Each stitch makes a little V shape. For the decrease, use the front loops only, and combine 2 stitches into one. The front loop is the loop closest to you. That's the front half of the stitch. Find the first stitch, insert into the front loop, then find the second stitch, insert into the front loop again. Yarn over here. Pull the yarn through gently, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. That completes the decrease. Now continue with 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. Repeat that set 3 times. When the round is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 6. Next, round 7 is 15 single crochets around. Chain 1 to begin round 7. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 15 single crochets around. When the round is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that completes round 7. Now, let's make round 8. 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. Repeat 3 times for 12 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 8. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 3 single crochets. Then make 1 decrease. Repeat this set 3 times. Once it's done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Round 8 is finished here, and the turtle head is all crocheted. Leave a long yarn tail here. A little longer is better. We'll use it later to close and sew the head. Now add stuffing into the head. Once the stuffing is in, fold the head flat and sew it closed, starting from the slip stitch area. Sew into the matching stitch across. Try to match 1 stitch to 1 stitch. We can sew 3 stitches first. The rest can be sewn freely. There's no strict rule here. These 2 side stitches can be sewn now, or left open for now. You can secure them later during assembly. Either way works just fine. You can also bring the sewing needle to the other side and add 2 more stitches to shape it. Once it's secured, bring the yarn tail to the back side. Where the slip stitch seam is, choose the slip stitch area, and follow the stitch texture. Hide the yarn tail inside the stitches. Trim the extra yarn after hiding it. And the turtle head is fully finished. All 4 legs are made the same way. We need to make 4 pieces. Start each leg with a magic ring. Make 6 single crochets into the ring. If you're new, mark the first stitch. After 6 stitches, pull the ring closed. Remove the marker and join to the first stitch. You can crochet over the yarn tail as you join. And round 1 of the leg is done. For round 2, increase in every stitch. You'll have 12 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 2. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make your single crochet increase. Repeat the increases 6 times. When the round is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Round 2 of the leg is done. For round 3, make 1 single crochet, then 1 increase. Repeat 6 times for 18 stitches. Chain 1 to begin round 3. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 1 single crochet, then make 1 increase. Repeat this set 6 times. When the round is done, remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Round 3 of the leg is done. For round 4, fold the piece and make 9 single crochets. Chain 1 to begin round 4. Insert into the first stitch and into the matching stitch across. Go through both layers together, then make a regular single crochet. This is how we crochet it folded. Make 9 single crochets in total. Make the first single crochet, then the second one. Remember to go through both layers. Each stitch goes through both sides. Repeat this for 9 stitches. After 9 stitches, chain 1 and cut the yarn. You only need a short tail here. Gently tighten the loop. Thread the tail onto your sewing needle. Insert from the last stitch and follow the stitch texture through. Just hide the yarn tail inside. Then trim the extra short tail. And now, 1 turtle leg is finished. Keep the same steps and make 4 legs in total. For the shell, start with a magic ring and make 9 double crochet into the ring. Hold the yarn with your pinky. Bring it over with your index finger. Wrap it once around your middle finger. Hold that crossing point with your thumb and pull the yarn through with your hook. Chain 2 to start. These chains do not count as a stitch. Now just work 9 double crochet into the ring. I'll show you one here. Yarn over. Go into the ring. Pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again. Pull through the last 2 loops, and that's 1 double crochet. Place a stitch marker in your first stitch. Using the same method, just keep going until you have 9. Once they're done, gently tighten the ring. Remove the marker and slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that's the first round done. For round 2, we're making double crochet increases all the way around. That just means 2 double crochet in the same stitch. You should have 18 stitches here. Start again with chain 2. Place a marker in the first stitch. Just work your increases around. Repeat that 9 times. Keep your stitches relaxed here, and try to keep them nice and even. As you reach the last stitch, make 1 unfinished double crochet, then we'll switch yarn. Bring in your new yarn, place it behind your work, and pull it through. Remove the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Lay both yarn tails along the top, and just crochet right over them to hide, keeping everything neat. And that completes round 2. We'll use this same method for all color changes. For round 3, work 1 double crochet, then 1 increase, as a set. Repeat that around. You should have 27 stitches. Start with chain 2. From here on, we'll crochet over all yarn tails as we go. To keep things clean, just carry them along as you work. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make 1 double crochet. Then 1 increase. And repeat that same pattern around. Remove the marker and slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And that's round 3 done. Now, moving into round 4. The pattern is 1 double crochet, 1 increase, and 1 double crochet. Repeat that around for 36 stitches. Start again with chain 2. Place your marker. Make 1 double crochet, then 1 increase, and 1 more double crochet. Just repeat that same pattern around until you reach the end. We'll switch yarn again here. Remove the marker and slip stitch to join. And that completes round 4. For round 5, we'll work 3 half double crochet, then 1 increase as a set. Repeat that 9 times. You should have 45 stitches here. Start this round with chain 1. I'll show you one here. Yarn over. Go into the stitch. Pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again. Pull through all 3 loops, and that's 1 half double crochet. Place a stitch marker in the first stitch. Now just work 3 here. Then 1 increase, and keep that same rhythm around. As you get to the last stitch, we'll switch yarn. If that feels a little tricky, you can finish the stitch first and pull up a longer loop, then come back into those loops and switch your yarn there. Both ways work just fine. Bring in your new yarn. Remove the marker and slip stitch to join. Lay the new yarn along the top. Then bring the old yarn back and lay it along as well, so you can crochet over both. Finish the join. Just use whichever way feels easier. Both work perfectly fine. And that completes round 5. For round 6, start with 2 single crochet, then 1 increase, then 2 single crochet. Repeat that around 454 stitches. Start with chain 1. We're using regular single crochet here. Go under the yarn. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Pull through both loops, and that's 1 single crochet. Place a stitch marker in the first stitch. Make to here. Then 1 increase. Then 2 more. And just keep that going around. remove the marker and slip stitch to join. After this round, leave a long tail for sewing the bottom. You can leave it a bit longer here. And that finishes the shell. Now we'll move on and start adding the details. Next, we'll sew the seeds onto the shell. You can sew them one by one, which is a bit easier, or wait and do it after assembly, whichever you prefer. Start with white yarn. Insert into any stitch on the back side. Tie a knot at the end. Go between the strands and bring your needle through. You can secure it again here. That's nice and secure. Now sew from the front side. Keep the stitch length about the height of a double crochet. You can adjust the spacing as you like. There's no strict rule here. On the back, wrap the yarn twice to secure. Trim off the excess, then sew the black seeds in the center. Same method here. You can finish this part. As you sew, make the black seeds slightly smaller. Just place them where you like, and that completes the shell detail. Once all the pieces are finished, we can start assembling. First, let's attach the shell to the bottom piece. Find the slip stitch points on both pieces, line up the shell and the bottom piece, then sew them stitch by stitch. At the first stitch, you can sew twice to secure it. Hide the yarn tail between the two pieces. Keep sewing stitch by stitch. After about 4 to 5 stitches, we'll attach the little turtle head. For the headpiece, one side has the slip stitch line, and one side is smooth. The smooth side will face out, and the slip stitch side will face in. Place the front side facing outward, and the back side facing down inside. Sew from the first stitch. You can come through here, from the bottom of the fabric, and sew a couple more times to secure. Then keep sewing stitch by stitch. Once the head is secured, continue sewing stitch by stitch. Keep going on your own here, until you reach the side opening. Leave about 10 stitches open, so we can add stuffing. Once you reach the small back opening, start adding stuffing. Stuff it nice and full. And gently shape the little turtle. Once the shape looks good, close the opening, then hide the yarn tail in the matching color area. Trim off the extra yarn. Gently shape the plush and adjust it with your hands. And now, the shell and bottom piece are all sewn together. Next, take the little legs. Find the best placement and glue them in place. Then attach the eyes. And that's it for today. Your little kiwi turtle is all finished now. I hope you enjoyed making it with me, and if you ever get stuck, you can always leave a comment. I'll be right here with you. Thank you for being here. Stitch by stitch.